Hey everyone, welcome back to the Twim Show. I'm your host Sajid Islam, and today I'll be going over the notable news and updates in the digital marketing space from the week of December 14, 2020. Today, first off, we're going to start off with Google. Google is jumping into the augmented reality train. With that, they're basically introducing try-on features in Google Shopping. This is an exciting update. If you are following our show, you know how we've been talking about augmented reality, Snapchat, and Snapchat's been leading the whole thing. And it seems like now Google is jumping into it, and Google's gonna help their merchants or people who are advertising in Google Shopping or people who have Google Shopping or participating in Google Shopping would be able to really take advantage of this try-on features. So again, it's very good. AR is still new, but it is going to become more of mainstream in 2021, especially with Apple 12, iPhone 12, iOS 14 and beyond. It's just going to be augmented reality is baked into it, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger. With that, let's move on to the next one. Coming out of Google is that they are removing the Adsense link ads feature. Again, this is more for people who are monetizing their blog slash website using AdSense. This affects those people. It doesn't affect you and me who are just, marketeers, advertisers, things like that. In a way, it does to a little bit, because what I mean is link ads are basically, think of it this way: when a blog, so people basically write blogs or news websites or news portals, they build it and they monetize it through this inventory called, in Google's word, it's called AdSense, right? And what AdSense does, it basically takes what's on the page and inserts contextual advertisements. So if your blog, or let's just say blog, if your blog is talking about, say, living on keto diet, right, that's what your blog is all about. So then Google is going to insert ads that are related to that topic, say probably a keto snack, things like that. And link ads will just basically show up in various places throughout that, your blog. So Google is returning it, and they're replacing it with responsive ads. Again, it affects people only who are monetizing blogs through AdSense. If you are advertising, it affects us a little bit because our access to inventory is not as much as before. But trust me, folks, Google still reigns the internet, right? There is going to be still plenty of inventory. And again, they're not just retiring it and throwing it out. They're bringing in responsive ads, which is going to be a mix of advertisement, text, and image. And I think that's just the future is, because it's more visual. Link ads introduced in 2007. It had its time. It was good for that time back in 2007. 13 years later, I think it's time for us to move on to responsive one. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be a very interesting one, which is Apple's iOS 14 may affect your Facebook ads, and it will affect to a certain degree. It will affect so much so that, Facebook took out a full page ad on Wall Street Journal and a couple of other newspapers, and I think it was Washington Post, New York Times, and basically saying how Apple is gonna screw all the small businesses. Now, small businesses can no longer monetize, make money off of their free apps because this of privacy change in iOS 14, and Facebook, the savior, the knight in shining armor, is going to be, fighting for small businesses. Now, to that, I will tell you, Mr. Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg, you are so full of it, because if you were pro small businesses, you would not be banning small businesses ad accounts left, right, and center through your algorithm or through your AI or through whatever you call it, right? And then make it super, super hard for them to get their ad account reapproved, things like that, especially during the time of COVID. A lot of businesses are affected. You are not pro businesses. You are taking out spending your own money because it's going to affect your bottom line. And yeah, folks, if you are advertising on Facebook, it's going to affect your bottom line. I belong to a lot of private mastermind Facebook groups. At least I am in actually 6 or 7 different groups, paid marketeers group where we mastermind talk, and everyone is talking about iOS 14 and how it's going to affect Facebook data, ad performance, things like that. Again, there is a plethora of topics to discuss here. The plethora of topic, it's just not something I can cover it over in this blog. It has to be taken offline on a separate channel just because there's so much to do. Right, and information is still coming out. So what this means for you and why I'm covering it here is, folks, is if you're listening to this show, be forewarned, be that it's going to affect, things are going to change. And Apple is not like yanking out Facebook. All Apple is saying, it's going to show you a notification that says, hey, do you want this app to track you, or do you want Facebook to track you on other websites? It's just giving you the option. Previously, it was always there and you had to go manually turn it off. And now Apple, being privacy focused company, is just telling you, you have to opt in, which in my sense, it's very good. And I rather give my money to Apple. I would rather trust Apple than Facebook, just because of the shadiness that Facebook has been involved in. With that, we'll see how this all works out. Still early on, but stay focused. Stay on this. If you want more information on this, how this is going to affect you, contact us, and I will share the detailed information that I'm gathering in terms of, how this will affect small businesses. With that, next up is Facebook is trying to stay ahead of TikTok with this new music video collab feature, right? Again, Facebook, I do not know what the hell they're doing. They're trying to copy everything. They're just trying to, they're putting all their 10 fingers in 10 different pies and, just trying to, I think they're just losing it. It's a typical big, large company which has failed to innovate. It's just copying features. Again, collab seems like to be a TikTok-y type application that Facebook is bringing in. Again, it's like a 15-second video clip. Really? Do we really need that? Again, it's founded by Facebook's new product experimentations. There will be ads in collab down the road. But, again, if you look at it, Facebook user base is pretty old, right? In terms of average user base, is very old. The newer gen users are on Instagram. Reels kind of caught on. Will collab catch on? I don't think so, but we'll see. You never know. I could be wrong, but at this point, I wouldn't, really invest or spend any of my own business resources into collab. I will just play it out and wait by the side and see what's happening. With that, let's go to the next one, which is from Twitter. Twitter, on a different note, is trying out something very different. It's trying out audio meeting, basically audio only virtual room functions, allowing users to join in and listen to or participate. In a way, it's like a Zoom, but audio only Zoom. There is a plus to that, and there are a lot of Twitter users who are gonna love that just cause it's an audio only. So you could be wearing you could be unshaved or unkept and just join in and participate. Sometimes it's just not, although you could do that with Zoom calls. But Twitter users are very different, right? They are a different breed. So this definitely has its own niche. With that, hats off to Twitter for trying something different and not just copying yet another, Facebook room type feature where it's audio video together. It's just they're saying, we'll just do audio because we know our users are different. Let's see how that works out. Next, TikTok is going into the fashion industry with Walmart shoppable live stream. It's basically TikToks plus QVC. Again, if you're not familiar with what QVC is basically a television channel here in the United States that basically runs 24/7, and it just shows you products that are on sale, and TikTok is partnering with Walmart and basically doing that. Now, where this is interesting is that users will join live stream to see famous TikTok influencers and content creators who sport Walmart accessories. So it's just taking a user generated content, which is influencers, and taking Walmart and just playing it out. It's great for Walmart because, I wish it was some other brand, not Walmart, but I gotta give hats off to Walmart. Again, I'm not putting anyone down, but it's just that Walmart is not really my go-to place for anything fashion, anything related. I mean, I would rather take Target. I wish Target did this. I would totally, dig it. But Walmart, I don't know. I mean, the only reason why I go to Walmart is if I wanted really single use. I haven't bought anything from Walmart as far as at least clothes wise. But Walmart is known to be the cheapest place in town where you want to get something really cheap and it's going to work for that particular function maybe a couple of times. And there are other things, again, I'm painting with a wide, broad stroke here, but there are other things like stationery and batteries and other stuff that will probably be good at Walmart. But this is very interesting what TikTok is doing to stay ahead of the curve and to monetize and to make revenue and keep user engaged. I wish Facebook had done that rather than creating this collab feature that they're trying to do. Again, kind of shows you where they are, right? Facebook is trying to be the enforcer, the policeman of the internet with 2+ billion users, and they're desperately trying to stay afloat and ahead of the game, whereas TikTok is like, we are going to focus on doing other things, interesting things. Okay, next up is LinkedIn. LinkedIn had introduced stories a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago. I don't remember the exact date, but now they are saying they are testing out stories ad. So they had stories. I covered it in our show, and I was like, what the hell? Why are this cover people copying each other, and then the stories, and now they're inserting ads. It's good in a way because now there's more inventory on LinkedIn, which basically means cost for advertisers are going to come down drastically. So if you are trying to access or hit or reach business users, definitely it's one avenue. LinkedIn used to be very expensive, but this is an indication that LinkedIn is going to get cheaper and cheaper now that inventory is getting bigger and bigger, right? The cost of ad depends on number of users and how much space they have. It's supply and demand. So this is a great thing from that angle. With that, let's keep an eye on this and we will cover more as we find out more information. And let's move on to the next one, which is very interesting from LinkedIn, is that now you can have a products tab to your business pages to highlight products. Guess what they're doing? They're going directly taking a jab at Facebook. They're taking a jab at Shopify and Google to some extent. And LinkedIn realized, hey, we have XYZ company. Let's take our company, Market and Grow. We may have a product, and we have the opportunity to show our products in Facebook and Google. LinkedIn saying, why the hell are we missing out, right? This is a step closer towards LinkedIn becoming yet another e-commerce platform, right? So it's a great move from LinkedIn part, even though it's not innovative or disrupting anything, but it's a great move copying a feature where they realize, we realize we are leaving money on the table. So let's just go do it. It's very easy to do it. So thank you, LinkedIn, for doing that. Lastly, what we have is from Reddit. Reddit bought TikTok competitor Dubsmash to allow its users to stream short-form videos. Now, keep in mind, Dubsmash has been around longer than TikTok. However, it's something we didn't really hear about it until Reddit bought it. Reddit, again, it's one of those, it's a very niche product, just because not everyone uses it, but Reddit users are really Reddit users, right? They are very engaged. They're very like forum type, engaged discussion, things like that. Everything is in Reddit. It's a good thing for Reddit. I will tell you that. I will definitely tell you that this is a great thing for Reddit. Again, if you haven't advertised in Reddit, it just creates more inventory for Reddit advertisers. So all in all, it's a very good move from Reddit to actually capture. Because video is going to be the future. Trust me. Video is going to be the future. Video is not going away. Video is going to stay. And the amount of user-generated content or videos are going to be growing exponentially. And Reddit wants to stay relevant, and they're doing something great. With that already, folks, that's it for this week in marketing. Now you know everything that should keep you in the know. If you'd like to read more, make sure you visit our show page, or where you'll find links to some of these articles.